Thanks for tuning in to Any Given Sunday Sports Special. I know, you guys are a little upset right now because we haven't done a video, but I'll be honest. Real has to recognize real right now. The only reason why we're doing a video is because we're both 6-6 and we're feeling a little bit happy. 500 for the first time ever.
First place.
First time ever.
First
So,
place. First place.
so with further ado, it's Steve. I got my man Jesus with me. We're going to go through last week's games. We're going to give you next week's thoughts on how we think it's going to shake up. We'll give you predictions. We'll give you scenarios. Not in that particular order, but we're going to give you everything you need so you know how to make the playoffs. And we're going to unveil a little bit of a twist for the losers bracket. So, we got a lot for you. So without further ado, my friend, I'm going to kick it off to you. What do you want to start off with?
Start off with the Dream Killers and Illuminati.
All right, we'll do it. Dream Killers and Illuminati. So it was the Dream Killers, 9-3. They locked up a playoff spot. There's no way they are not in the playoffs. They beat Zimmerman Illuminati, who put up 68. Dream Killers 112. 1-11, the worst record in fantasy football history. Yes, I know it sounds like you heard this before, but we actually got worse. We got a worse record. My friend, what do you got to say about this? This
Is worser even a word?
It's
That's how bad it is.
That's how bad. I'm trying to really paint a picture of how awful this record is.
Yeah, I mean it's been brutal for Shaq. You you look at it. McCoy and Rivers did their job, but then across the board, two from Dez, two from Andre, 7 from Zach Miller, which was all right, 2 from Todd Gurley, who's really been struggling as of late, 3 from DeMarco Murray, 2 from Packers defense, and 0 from his kicker. Yikes!
1-11. I mean,
And
I know you have injuries,
his
but
kicker,
come
if
on.
I'm not mistaken, his
Come
kicker
on.
didn't even play. His kicker didn't even play, and he left him in the lineup. Kind of did that to himself a little bit there.
Come on, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how awful is this? I mean, we know we have the Anthony of last year, but I'm sorry, when you forget to put stuff in your lineup now, this is awful. It's unexcusable.
Look. He lost Romo early on.
All
He
right.
lost Dez early on. He
Okay.
even lost McCoy for a couple of weeks. He just never bounced back from those injuries that happened early on.
All right, we'll move on. We'll go to another
Lewis,
game, okay?
let's give Lewis his credit on the other side. Let's
Okay,
give
all right, we'll give him credit.
Adrian Peterson, 29
Give him
points.
credit.
Brandon Marshall, 25 points. Those guys continue to perform for him. I'm a little bit nervous about Carson Palmer. I think he's coming back down to earth a little bit, but I think maybe the injury to Chris Johnson and Andre Ellington may force them to pass a little bit more, so we'll see what happens there.
All right. Dream Killers, congratulations. You're in. One of the predictions we actually got right.
Yes.
Pat on the back for us. We'll go to the next game. We'll pick another good game, and the rest of the game. Let's pick a blowout one. Let's pick Tampa's Empire.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 88 points against. That's right, McPoon Handlers Go Engines, who only put up 64. Who's 8-4. The Tampa's Empire is 6-6. I'm celebrating, my friend. I got my rum. I got my Coke. I'm happy. What do you got to say about this game?
I am getting very, very concerned. In their last, 4 games, they are 1-3. The Goat Engines. I am genuinely concerned with this team. Demaryius Thomas hasn't performed like he used to. Julio Jones is not performing like he used to. James Jones isn't performing like he used to. Drew Brees isn't performing like he used to. Forgive me for saying this. I do see McPoon Handy Go Engines as a first round and out team in the playoffs.
Ooh.
Nothing personal against them. They're going to get Devontae Freeman back, which is going to help them. But Devontae Freeman and I think Drew Brees will do okay in the playoffs. But they have nothing else. Julio Jones has not been consistent. I really don't believe in this team. On the other side, I'm going to be honest. The Empire didn't deserve to win this game. I'm sorry, because of the coaching moves. Let's just take a look at the bench. 21 from T.Y. on his bench. 15 from Tavon on his bench. 22 from Macklin on his bench. 17 from Julius Thomas on his bench. And then 17 from the Bengals defense. He had Vernon Davis in his lineup for 1 point. Chris Johnson, who got injured. I don't hold that one against you. But you know what? There's something about, since you've done that trade for Randall Cobb and got him off your team, It's like there's just been
on the up and up.
a breath of fresh air for the Empire.
What is this? High life stuff.
Congratulations, they're 6-6, and maybe, just maybe, the Empire could finish over 500. And considering the injuries, you lost Kelvin Benjamin, you lost Chris Johnson, Andrew Luck with the injuries, Mike Evans was injured early on. Considering the division you were in, if you somehow finish 7-6, I am amazed. This is probably a better year you've had than even the years you've made the championship.
GM of the Year award, baby. Okay, all right.
It's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. But you know what? This is still, like I said, the best year you've coached if you could finish on 500, even compared to the other years that you've been in the chip, just because of the adversity you dealt with. Absolutely.
All right, we're going to go to our next game. We're going to pick another, a little bit of a closer one. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the sweet one. I really want to talk about this game because you know why? The New York Powers, man. New York Powers, 156 points. They were 1-5 in the beginning of the season. Now they 6-6. 6-6. And they beat, yeah, that's right. Pick me, Lewis, or your team sucks. And I believe last week the final nail in the cross is what it said
Yes,
last week.
it was. Yes.
That's Dom D. You know who that is. He's 8-4. He's already in the playoffs. He still has a chance to win the division. We'll explain that later. But the Powers, first place? What's this? You got the champagne going on your side?
No,
Go ahead. What do
yet.
you got to say about this?
I mean, this is the first time I think that I've been able to come up with a big win when I needed it. I mean, everybody knows that whenever the pressure's on the New York Powers, they never do well. They crumble under pressure. We actually came through in this case, but we weren't the favorite in this game. When the Powers are favored to win a game, they lose. Yes, and that's a fact. When they are favored to win a game, they lose.
I wonder
They
who
weren't
we're
favored to win
picking this week.
So yeah, exactly. Congratulations again. I'm happy. I got it done, but I lost Rob Gronkowski possibly for this week, so I don't know how I'm going to bounce back on the other side. Look, Dom has nothing to be ashamed about. He dropped 114 points. To me, he is the best team right now in this league, even though the record doesn't show it. Talent-wise, he's the best team in the league. I think he's going to be the force to be reckoned with. I think there's some mind games there where he's trying to get Lewis to call him out. I think he wants Lewis in the first round. Let's see if Lewis bites, if Lewis is the number one seed.
All right. Let's go to the next game. This one's a little bit sweet for me because this was a guy we dogged on all year, and his team's overrated, and eventually the losses are going to catch up to them. And
we were right.
We said it, and we were kind of right. It came kind of back.
We were right.
But this team, the Dominican Elites, they're 6-6. They put up 96 points against my team sucks, who's now 5-7, who, by the way, still has a chance to win the division. Okay? 5-7, 6-6. Jeff De La Rosa is right there. What do you got to say about this one, man?
I mean,
what do you got to say about this one?
He still didn't drop 100 points. I'm not loosening up on this guy. I know you want me to, but I'm not loosening up on this guy.
6-6.
Yeah, he's 6-6, but he's not dropping.
500.
He's not scoring. He's not scoring. Like, at some point, we have to look at it and see it for what it is. The kid is not scoring, and he's doing bad coaching moves. Look at the points he left on his bench. Look at Antonio. How do you bench Antonio Gates? Even if put him at a flex, I don't care. Put him at a flex position. But you bench Antonio Gates? Yes. No, I am not stopping. I will continue to be honest. This team, they didn't deserve the win. They did bad coaching moves. But again, on the other side, Pops gave the game away. I mean, you just look at it. Look at Pops' bench. C.J. Anderson, 27 points. Ronnie Hillman, 11 points. D'Angelo Williams, 16 points. Pops gave him this game. He gave him this game, and I guess this is the reason why they did work together to try to gang up, to try to go ahead and make sure I win. I mean, I lose this week. Props to them. Tip my cap. They're doing what they have to do to try to get it done. Maybe if they put their two minds together, something good can come out of this. Maybe. And yes, I'm throwing shots.
You're throwing shots. It's official.
But you know what? I'm not going to back off. I'm sticking to what I'm saying. He just continues to do questionable moves after questionable moves. And I'm Dwayne Harris. When you play Dwayne Harris over Emmanuel Sanders and Antonio Gates, you do not get credit. Let's go.
All right. I want to save this last one because this one's a little weird. This is crazy. Had two teams. Had the guy leading the division for 3-4 weeks straight. in a slunty punty vibe. Finally, we were thinking Anthony's going to get out of that shell. He's going to win the division. He's going to prove us wrong. He was on that track. Puts up 65 points. Not good. Not good. But then beats Bahrain at 5-7. 5-7. Puts up 66 points. All Anthony's kicker had to do was kick one extra field goal. That's it.
He just needed 2 points. That's all he
That's
needed.
it.
2 points.
He couldn't do it. He falls to 6-6.
C.J. Anderson at the 30, the 20, the
Second.
10, 5, touchdown, game over. No kicker.
In overtime, and he was. I can't say it, but he did drop a lot of bad words. He told me he wanted to tell everybody here on the screen, and he did break a TV. He did tell me. He told me he broke a TV, so it's not good. It's not good over at a slunty putty vibe. Not good at all. So, my friend, what do you got to say about this matchup?
I mean, yeah, it was brutal. It was absolutely brutal to lose. I mean, I'm happy because it put me in first place. He benched Sammy Watkins, and I get why he did it. I understand. It was against Kansas City. Kansas City is one of the best pass defenses, one of the best overall defenses the last couple of weeks. I get why he did it. Here's where he lost the game, though, and I truly feel this way. He played the Eagles' defense against Detroit, at Detroit. You just don't do that. You don't. That's not something he should have done. Yes, I kind of, I also helped out by picking up Spencer Ware, blocking him from getting Charkendrick West. That was a very good move because if I didn't do that, he was going to pick up Ware and he was going to win the game.
Exactly.
So look, Anthony, I'm going to say this very clearly. Anthony, if there's ever a team that I would be rooting for if I don't make it in, it's Anthony. Because everything that he's been through and the improvement that I've seen from Anthony this year it's been immense.
It's twofold.
Yes, completely. I mean, the trades that he's done, the players that he has on his team. This is a team that I think actually, if I don't make it in, they deserve in there. They absolutely deserve to be in there. So, I'm saying this live. I'm saying this on air. Anthony, you deserve to get in there if I don't get in, though. If I don't get in. Because my team, I still think, can wreak a little bit more havoc in the playoffs than yours. But again, if I don't get in, you will definitely I'll be your biggest fan in the playoffs.
So I want to say something to everybody because this is kind of annoying and it kind of pisses me off because I'm eliminated from the playoffs and I'm 6-6. But the East could finally have a playoff contender at 6-7. Everybody in the East is alive. One person can get in at 6-7. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But I do want to tell the league I will be putting this into effect next year. No playoff team can get in at 6-7. So they can't do it.
Vetoed already. That's vetoed already.
Can't do it.
That's vetoed. If you win your division, you get in the playoffs.
Can't do it. Can't coach them. Can't do it. All right.
I understand the anger. I feel you. I feel the anger. I would be angry if I was in your shoes too.
All right, my friend. What do you want to do next? You want to go into scenarios? You want to go into matchups? I leave it to you.
Let's go with the scenarios. Okay.
Scenarios.
I'm going to be very clear. Let's do the division on the East first, okay? Very simple. The Powers win. That's it. They're in. If the Powers win, the only way they could really technically get out, even by winning, is if Anthony somehow outscores him. Anthony right now is behind him by 111 points. So he would have to outscore him by 111 points, by 112 points to break the tie or whatever, to get in there.
Yep.
It's probably not going to happen. And even so, it doesn't come into points if it's head-to-head, because at that point, I haven't beaten division record.
Yep.
Now, if Jeff also then wins his game, where we're a three-way tie, it goes straight to points. Now, Jeff is almost 200 total points behind me.
Oof.
So that's out. That's out the window. Jeff needs myself and Anthony to lose, and he's in. Period, point blank, no other way. Anthony, very simple. He wins, I lose. Doesn't matter what Jeff does. He's in because he holds the tiebreaker head-to-head against Jeff. Now it gets a little bit cloudy. For Pops to get in. Pops has to win, which is beating me because he plays me. He needs Anthony and Jeff to both lose, and he must outscore every team in total points. Pops is behind the New York Powers by, from what I'm showing here, 88 points. He's going to have to outscore by 88.
It's a lot, man.
So he's almost mathematically out of it. Almost, I say, because say he puts up 170 points, which could happen. It's happened before in this league. And I put up 50 or 60 or something like that. Yeah, so he could still technically get in. Then, let's say, for example, if I lose, Anthony loses, Dominican Elites lose, that means every team in the East is 6-7.
That means Ross is in it.
That means Ross is still alive.
Yes.
Automatically, division records go out the window because at that point, everyone would be at 4 losses in the division, which goes then straight to points. If it goes straight to points, again, the Powers have a healthy lead on everybody in points.
And for Ross, I just want to know, because I'm a curious man, and a curious man always wants to know. Tell Ross how much he needs to outscore you by.
That's not nice. That's not
I
nice.
just want to know. I want to know. Give the man some hope.
205 points.
Oh.
That's not right.
I did not know that. I honestly did not know that. I thought it was much closer.
No, that's kind of messed up. That's kind of messed up. And actually, Jeff almost needs to outscore me by almost 300 points. A little bit, 290. I'm sorry, 292 points.
Oof.
That's just how bad he scored. That's how bad it's been. He is the lowest scoring team in the league. He scored less points than Shakir this year. Less points than Shakir this year.
That's just crazy. That's just craziness. Okay, what about the West? We want to know what the West is all about.
Very simple. The Dream Killers win, they're in. Simple as that.
They're already in.
Yeah. I mean, not in. I'm talking about the division. They get the number one seed. They get to pick who they play.
Okay.
They win. They win the division. They're in. No hesitation. They get to then pick who they play in the first round out of the 2 wildcard teams. You can't pick a division winner. You can only pick the wildcard teams. Okay. For Dom to get in, Dom basically needs Lewis to lose, and then it comes down to I have to look at their head-to-head matchups, and I apologize. There's so many tiebreakers, so many different things here that are going on. So fill the dead air for me, please.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So what we need is we need all of them to lose. No, I'm kidding. that would be a perfect scenario for me. But unfortunately.
But at the end of the day, look, it's like I've always said, for division records, guys, it's a very simple tiebreaker. It's if it's just 2 teams tied, you go head to head. If your head to head is tied and you split the head to head, then what we're going to do is we're going to then go to division record. If your division record is then tied, then we go to total points for the year. Yep. It's that simple. If it's more than 1 team, so say if it's 3 teams, then we skip the head to head because there's multiple teams involved. We go straight to division record. Even if it's just 2 of the 3 teams that are tied with the same division record, we go straight to points. That doesn't eliminate the team that has the extra division loss. Doesn't work that way. Okay? So we go straight to total points for the year. Because I know it's complicated. I get it. I'm sorry, but that's how it works. I mean, it's a hefty process, and I always want to make clear because then I don't want somebody to be like, "Oh, well, Jesus, you changed."
You didn't tell me
beforehand. It doesn't work that way. So I'm looking here. Finally, I'm on the screen now. I apologize for filling that dead air so long. So it looks like here Lewis beat Dom week 11.
Okay.
He's actually swept Dom.
Ah.
So if they are head to head, Dom loses.
All right.
Dom does not get the number 1 seed.
Okay.
Here's how Dom can get in. He needs Rich to beat Lewis this week.
All right.
Because then it's a 3-team tie, and it's just very simple. It goes straight to points. Division record.
Points. Yeah, that's right. It's out. Yeah.
Straight to points because it's a 3 teams. So it goes straight to points. Dom right now has a slight edge in points over Lewis. Lewis is at 1,207. Dom is at 1,219. Rich is at 1,205. So that can go any way.
Now, mind you guys, just for everybody else in the league to know, they're already in. They're in. All 3 of them are in.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it stinks for me because I want to be part of the funness, but I can't. But I'm 6-6. I'll take it.
Well, there is one new rule that we're implementing this year.
Oh, what is this?
The new rule that we're implementing this year to make it fun, all the teams that are out of the playoffs, we have a reward for you. If you so happen to have the most total points for week 14, 15, 16, and 17, whatever team of that doesn't make the playoffs has the most points in those 4 weeks, will be able to pick the draft order for the following year.
Oh, snap. I'm going to pick the Empire 1, the Empire 2, the Empire 3, the Empire 4, all the way straight through.
We've had complaints that it's not fun for the teams that are out. This makes it fun. This gives you something to play for.
I love it.
Let's see how that goes.
I love it.
Let's see how that goes. Because picking the draft order, you can do a lot of things with that.
You can.
Let's get to this week's games.
All right, let's start it off. Let's start it off with an outside Division 1. Let's start it off with my game. I'm already out, so let's call it a day. 6-6, a slightly punty vibe, playing against 6-6 Tampa's Empire. Very simple. Anthony's got to win in order to get a chance to get in. For me, I have no shot. Doesn't matter. My friend, who do you have in this one?
I got the Empire. Here's the reason why. I don't think DeAndre Hopkins is going to be able to do much against Buffalo. I think Stafford is going to do okay. Ever since, Jim Bob Cooter's been the new offensive coordinator for the Lions, he's been doing very well.
Oof. Yeah, he is.
I like Doug Martin against Atlanta. I think Mike Evans is getting so many targets. I don't like Crabtree in the lineup. I'm hoping that Duke Johnson somehow finds his way into the lineup here because I think Michael Crabtree against Kansas City have another week like they just had on defense. Just not going to happen again. They're one of the best passing defenses in the league. Julius Thomas, I love that against Tennessee. I love T.Y. against Pittsburgh. Jeremy Maclin against Oakland. Like, the matchups are so sweet on that side. On the other side, Sammy Watkins had a great week. But if I'm noticing one thing with Anthony this year, when he plays Watkins, Watkins doesn't perform.
Nope.
When he benches him, Watkins goes off. Because of that reason, I don't think he's going to play well. Randall Cobb hasn't been great. Charkendrick West, from what I'm hearing, is now may even take a backseat to Spencer Ware because they feel Spencer Ware actually fits the offense better for Kansas City than what Charkendrick West does. So it's going to be basically a running back by committee there. So I don't think that's going to be great for him. Yeah, I'll be honest. I just don't see how Anthony's going to be able to pull this game off. He's going to need like 40 points from Cam to keep him in it.
Not good. Not good. And I'm in agreement. Tampa's Empire are going to win it, baby. And they're going to be 7-6. And we're going to smile to the bank because what else can we do? What else? And losers bracket, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's
All
go.
right. Let's go into the next game. I want to save this one. We're going to go pick me, Lewis. Your team sucks. Hashtag Dom. Or you could, who's 8-4, by the way. And he's playing, against Shakir, 1-11. Who do you got in this game, my friend?
I got Dom. I'm not really going to get too much into it. Dom is the better team. Like I said, Shakir's just hurting right now. But, yeah, give me Dom.
1-12.
Dom's going to win this game probably by 4 o'clock, I think.
1-12. Worst record in fantasy football history.
I think you're enjoying this.
Yeah, I am.
I think you're enjoying this.
I am. And you know what? I'm picking the upset here because I know Shaq doesn't want to hear me drilling him every day next year about how awful his team was. And I will. I'm going to drill it into you, sir. At 1-12, I'm allowed to. At 1-12, I'm allowed to.
How are you picking him?
I'm going to pick him. The upset special because
Rivers plays Denver.
Shakir doesn't want to hear this loud mouth every single time next year. He just doesn't want to do it. So that's why I got Shakir. He's going to pull the upset on. Dom's going to be a 2-3 seed. We call it a day. All right? Next game. We're going to pick the Dominican Elites, 6-6, against Beats by Ray, who's also 5-7 and has a chance. Got to score a lot of points, but has a chance. Who do you got in this one?
I'm going to take Beats by Ray. I haven't picked Jeff all season. Why am I going to pick him now? It's just not going to happen. I haven't done it. I don't believe in him. I don't think he's a good team. I don't think he's been a good GM. I don't think he's been a good coach this year. I just think he's been lucky. He should be the one, realistically speaking, with Shakir's record. Shakir scored more points than him this year. Shakir has scored more points than him this year. And what's Shakir's record again?
1-11.
Exactly. I'm sorry. On the other side, I love Jay Cutler against San Francisco. I like Matt Forte against San Francisco. Fitzgerald against St. Louis. I'll take Decker against the Giants. I'll take Jason Witten against Washington. I don't like Lamar Miller against Baltimore, but I like Chris Ivory against the Giants. Yeah, the defense got to go, by the way. Rams against Arizona. Ross, take that out. And, yeah, I'm going to take Ross in this game. On the other side, he just has guys that you just like, okay. They just, guys. Who stands out on his roster that you're like, yeah, that guy's going to take him somewhere? Look at the roster.
I can't agree with you here. I can't do it.
Okay.
Can't do it. I'm picking the Elites. I'm picking the Elites. Why? Because I feel like he's going to get his coaching situation right. And let's be honest, the man wins low-scoring games. Period. You can hate him all you want, but Beats by Ray has been known to score low points.
Yes, true.
This is going to be a low-scoring game, and Jeff's going to somehow win it. And you're going to be upset. And you're going to call.
Ross has won low-scoring games also. These are both teams that have all their wins for low-scoring games.
He has, and I'm not doubting that. But there's a team who's 6-6 who's consistently have not broken 100 points. They know how to win the low scoring game. I gotta pick the elites.
Did you see what they did? Look at their bench.
I
They
get
picked
it.
up 5 tight ends. Did you see that? They picked up 4 or 5 tight ends.
I totally get it.
And if it comes down to a tie, what's going to happen? He's not going to win if it's a tie. Look at the guys that
I'm just
and then
saying.
and Jeff, I'll give you credit because you picked up Rudolph. I'm going to give you that. But if you're going to try to block me from picking up tight ends, block me from getting the guys that I actually want. Other than Rudolph, I have no interest in Heath Miller. I threw away Charles Clay to get a quarterback. I don't care about those other guys that you got. I'm sorry. You should have blocked me from the guy that I picked up.
What's worse is he tried to block you and he didn't realize that you go in ascending order. So on the second pick, it doesn't matter anymore. Those guys would have been available.
It doesn't matter to me. And then he doesn't even block me from the guy that I had. Rudolph was the guy I wanted, yes, but the other ones I had no interest in. Good luck with that on your bench. You better make sure you drop them and pick up something else because your bench points are going to hurt you.
They're gonna hurt. They're gonna hurt. All right. Our next game, probably one of my most interesting games here. You have my team sucks at 5-7 against, that's right, the New York Powers, 6-6. Can't call it the game of the week because we got something else that's a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like this game, my friend. This is tough. This is tough because I got Jeff at 7-6. He's right there. Does he do it to you? Who do you got to say? Who are you picking? Who are you picking?
I'm going to pick the Powers because I think the Powers are much more consistent. I think the Powers are a better team right now as currently constituted. And I'm going to take this back to the thing with Jeff. The teams, they seem like they're more focused on stopping Jesus than actually winning their own games. Some of these teams could have picked up a guy by the name of Duke Johnson, who, by the way, is going to be a starting running back with really no competition there because Ellington is out, because Chris Johnson is out.
And I got
certain teams could have used Duke Johnson behind a good offensive line, but they decided to go and stock up on tight ends that I'm not really interested in, other than Rudolph. Tight end that I'm not really interested in. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm gonna dare. Yeah, these teams, because of the focus, yeah, they're more focused on somebody else losing instead of them winning, which they need to win to be able to also get in. And I think the New York Powers are going to win the game. I really like the replacement that I got. You look at him since he's been a starter, he's put up 12 and 13 points both the weeks. Yeah, give me the Powers.
I don't know, man. I'll be very honest with you because
pick Pops.
The numbers say Pops are going to win. He's projected to win more. All right? The second thing, you can't win when we put you under pressure. You just can't do it. You can't do it.
So pick him.
You can't. You can't do it.
Exactly.
You can't come through. You finally have a playoff spot potentially. Yes. You could win the division.
All I got to do is win.
All you got to do is win one game.
You know what I do in these situations?
I know.
I blow up.
I know. You just horrible. I will make this pick contingent on one thing. We do a show next week, and you say that I can't win the big one. You do that, I'll pick you. If you're not going to do that, I'm picking Pops.
I don't want you to pick me. I don't want you to pick me. Every time you've picked me, I've lost.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to pick against you, and if you lose, you're going to say that on the air.
Listen, I'll say it right now. I can't win the big one.
Okay.
I don't have to wait till later to say it. I'll say that right now. Last week I beat Dom. I was shocked in myself that I beat Dom.
You just picked yourself.
Yeah, I was shocked in myself that I beat Dom last week in a big game. So, yeah, don't pick me. Look, do not pick me, Steve. It's okay. I'm not going to catch feelings off of it.
Jeff De La Rosa, congratulations. You have just won the East Division because you know why? The man across the screen just said it. Pops is going to beat him. And you're going to get in. And you're going to be smiling every day because this man can't win the big game. Look at his face. He's so disgusted that I just picked this way. He's so upset. But it's in the books. That's who I have.
I'm not mad at you. But why would I be mad at you?
It's it.
You tell me, why would I be mad at you?
You can't win the big one. It's done.
I can't. I Jesus Rodriguez. I will admit it. I have a problem. I cannot win the big game. I will admit it. There is no issues here. I'm still picking myself because I'm a better team, but I don't feel great about it. I choke in this situation. The last time I played Pops in such an important game, he spanked me. He took me to the woodshed and he spanked me. That's what he's going to do again, maybe, according to what you're saying. And hey, if he does, then he does. I can't hate on it. Let's go.
Man. All right, our last game. You realize 3 games we've been picking against each other, so we might do it again here. McPoon handling goat engines 8-4, Dream Killers 9-3. This is potentially for the division. This is it. This is right here for the West. 2 of the best teams right here squaring off. Who you got?
This is easy. This is easy. Give me Dream Killers. They're gonna win.
Dream Killers 10-3.
Yeah, they're gonna win because on the other side, Derek Carr going against Kansas City. I don't like that. I don't believe in the offense in Denver right now. Julio Jones has just been scaring me. I mean, he should do good against Tampa, but you just never know there. Kamar Aiken is starting is starting on the other side. Devin Funchess. Ugh. Yeah, no, give me Dream Killers.
Dream Killers. I'm in agreement. Dream Killers. I want to pick against you, but I just can't. Rich's team is just so banged up, and the fact
Lewis is
that
the number 1 seed.
that they lost to me. I mean, last week, that should tell you something, that something's wrong with that team. So, with that note, I'm sorry, I do have to go with the Dream Killers. I think they will pick Rich
I think they'll
again.
play Rich again.
Yeah, they'll pick Rich again over the duration, and I think it'll be Jeff and Dom in the first round. You, my friend, I guess it would be what? You and Dom. No. If it goes your way,
Oh, if I pick it,
way. Yeah.
if I pick, yeah, I'll be playing Dom in the first round.
All right. There you have it, guys. Our show. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope to see you next time, depending on if this guy wins or not. So that'll tell you right there.
We're doing a show regardless. We're doing a show. Look, holidays came up. A lot of things. I was traveling. There's a lot going on. But we're back. We're better than ever. Look, how many other years have I not been in the plus and I do the show every week? Come on now. I don't make excuses. We do this. Good luck to everybody this week. And Jeff, Anthony, and Pops, great job, you guys. But again, you want to read me a little bit better. Kyle Rudolph was right. Everyone else, you guys swung and missed. Think a little bit better when you're going to try to block me. But hey, that means I got your attention. And I love that.
All right, guys. Take it easy. See you.